Well, it's a brisk Monday night here in Tallahassee. With Mike Norvell and his Florida State football team ready to get back to work and bring the heat here this Saturday night, senior night, and our military appreciation game as well. One final time under the lights inside of Doak Campbell Stadium as Florida State will take on Virginia Tech. And we welcome you into Inside Seminole Football, live from Ballardton College Town. How are we doing tonight, everybody? We ready to go? We appreciate you joining us here this evening. We got a great show for you tonight coming up. Talented freshman defensive lineman Mandrell Desir will stop by the program. Florida State running backs coach, Coach Yak. David Johnson is here tonight as well. And please give a big round of applause for the head coach of the Noles, Mike Norvell, here with us, everyone. We're chilly in Tally tonight.
You said brisk.
Brisk, not bad?
Well, I mean,
I was working on that one all day. I know you're impressed.
Definitely got a nice chill in the air, but obviously it's good to get back. Knowing we have a home game here, a final home game. You're here in Doak Campbell Stadium this Saturday. You're an opportunity to for military appreciation and just for everybody that serves our country. It's a wonderful game to be able to just recognize all the sacrifice, the commitment, and just service of their work. And then obviously it's a last time for I think it's going to be 20 players that will be playing their last game in Doak Campbell Stadium, and some great players, that guys that have poured in a lot into this program, and an opportunity for us to go send them out the right way, and to be able to respond from what was a disappointing outcome there on the road Saturday. And our football team, you had some uncharacteristic issues that showed up in that game. Some drop passes, some missed opportunities. I thought the effort and the mentality of how guys played was, they were giving everything that they had, but just had some plays we left out there, and we've got to grow from that. Obviously, when next time we get on the road, we're going to have to be able to take the things that they've showed we're capable of, and to go play better in that situation. I'm excited once again just to be back at home, to be able to go out, attack the practice field. I thought our guys really did a nice job of that last night. I mean, you feel the urgency from this team, and like I said, it's disappointed in the outcomes, but it's not defeated. And this is a team that's going to respond the right way. It's going to continue to work and push to lift themselves up, and we are going to get it right. And we've got a talented team that's coming in this week, but it's really it's not about them. It's about us, and it's about what we do, and the things that we're able to carry over and put out there on the field.
You talked about a lot of the things that you felt, that you saw from the game on Saturday night. I know you watched the film probably multiple times. The plane ride home, probably once again when you got home, probably again yesterday.
I've watched it a few times.
I'm sure you have.
I mean, you see. It starts, seeing the effort that the guys play with, and that's what I'm looking for. Are we taking and put everything we have out on the field, and then as coaches, how can we put them in the best situation for them to be able to achieve success, and then ultimately, our guys trusting that and going and being able to execute and make the plays when they're in position to make the plays, and there's we had all different elements of that where we can grow and be better. And it's like I tell the players, it's players, coaches, all of us. But just some missed opportunities, and some untimely penalties that happen. We had a turnover inside the 10-yard line. They just things that are not putting us in the best position to win in situations like that. And it was two teams that were definitely hungry for a win, and obviously poured everything that we had out there, but it was not complementary Seminole football. Sure. And we we've seen what that looks like. We've been able to do that, and when we do, we're as good as anybody in the country. But ultimately, that was not our best game, and we left a lot out there, and it kept us from victory.
As a coach, how do you kind of harness the mental health of a team during a game? When you see some of those things, to try and watch your group and not and not allow your group to go into a situation where they go the places you don't want them to go from a mental standpoint.
Yeah, for us, it's like you can't let one play affect the next. I mean, you learn from it, but you just really, truly have to get back to that almost that neutral state and go make it happen on this one. And, and really as you look through the game, there was only a couple situations where, a player, player A had maybe had a bad play and it turned into a second play. But, for the most part, it really, I thought our guys, as an individuals, did a pretty solid job. We had some guys that, had maybe a missed opportunity and came back and, made the next play. But just, collectively as a whole, we've got to be able to pick each other up. We've got to be able to answer the call. And, just when we're in that position where maybe a couple of negative things happen to our football team, we got to rise up and to be able to execute in the moment and to be the one that stops to stops the momentum of whichever way that it's going. And so it's a learning experience, and it's lessons that nobody ever wants to go through. But when you're willing to own them, when you're willing to accept them, when you're willing to work to go make it better, you have a chance to overcome that. And I do believe that this team will overcome.
Yep. Time now for our truest hero of the game from Saturday night. And Ashland Barker played one of his better games of the year. He's had a great season this year. He made plays when we needed to stop some of that momentum on the other side for the opposition. A career-high 7 tackles, 1.5 TFLs, and a sack. And Ashland has 3.5 sacks on the season from his safety spot. That's second most on the team this year behind our guest tonight, Mandrell Desir. And in this defense for Coach White, Ashland, you talk about a guy, his journey, I mean, how far he has come, and to insert himself and continue to earn more opportunities, Coach. This guy's had one heck of a run for you.
Yeah, and obviously Ashland came in, he had a unique high school story, dealt with injury, COVID, some of the things that really kept him from having a lot of film out there. Went to junior college, ended up redshirting there, and we saw him in a practice, when we got a chance to get out and evaluate, and just saw great talent, and still raw and some things that you have to do. Came in, and seeing him be able to come in, contribute some last year. Obviously this year has become a starter, and I think what will be one of the better players in the country as he continues to ascend. But just so proud of him, and I think as you see defensively as a whole, I mean, really growing in our confidence in the multiplicity of things that they're able to do within this defense. I think you see their confidence growing. Obviously, we got to start games better. That first drive was really, we went out, we missed some tackles. Allowed them to have an extended drive. And ended up scoring an early touchdown. But really, from that point on, I thought our guys settled in, really played, played fast, played violent. You saw great speed, and just Coach White being able to attack from a lot of different ways. And Ashland has been somebody that really has allowed that to be a reality for us. And I think he's playing at a very high level. Yeah,
Ashland Barker, our truest hero of the game. When you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. So start feeling like it today. Visit Truist.com/care. Truist, leaders in banking and wavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC. As we are live on Monday night, Bowden's in College Town. Great to be here. Great crowd. Of course, the host of Inside Seminole Football with Mike Norvell. We've got one final show. We are not back here next week with the, I don't even want to get to the schedule. We'll try and figure that out later. With a Friday game, because Tuesday is a Monday. I can't get into it. We'll figure it out later. But we're not here next Monday. We're here Monday of the Florida week for our final show of this 2025 season, 7 to 8 p.m. here at Bowden's in College Town. Just getting started on Monday night here with the head coach, Mike Norvell. We'll come back. Deuce Robinson continues to play at a high level. We'll talk about Deuce's consistency and more when we come back. Stay with us. We are back after this timeout.
It didn't start here.
But everything it stood for still does.
Some things change.
And some things never change.
Tradition, dedication to excellence, a program built on grit.
And driven by growth.
From the tunnel to the turf, every step forward tells a story.
Just like ours.
Where growth, determination, and a dedication to excellence meet.
Scott and
When your health is on the line, Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare is here with the most advanced medical care in the region. TMH is home to the top heart and vascular program, the highest level of care for premature babies, the area's most powerful cancer center, and the region's only Level 2 trauma center. TMH is setting new standards for medical excellence, driving research and innovation to bring the best care to our region. TMH is your lifelong partner in health.
Hey, your voice is amazing. Let him hear it.
When you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more.
Give me a word, give me a sign. Show me where to look, tell me what will I find.
You're unstoppable.
I'm just getting started.
Well, I'm here to help.
At Truist, we believe the same is true for bending.
Yes, I was going to say, but then we'll have one more time.
From Robinson College Town.
This is Inside Seminole Football with Coach Mike Norvell. Let's rejoin Coach Culhane.
All right, great to be back on Monday night. Bowdens in Collegetown. Welcome back in to another edition of Inside Seminole Football with Mike Norvell, Mandrell Desir. Coming up in about 20 minutes or so, David Johnson, running backs coach, is here as well. And, Coach, we talk about Deuce Robinson, and rightly so. I mean, this guy continues to go out and be one of the best players in our conference. You knew he had that in him when he came in. Has he even exceeded expectations with his ability and his consistency with the way he's putting up big numbers for you this year?
Well, I mean, we had the highest expectations for Deuce, and when he came here, it was the thing we challenged him. We wanted him to be the best receiver in the country, and I think he's shown flashes of of that dominance throughout the course of a game. But it's also, what I love about him is every day is about the work, and he truly wants to be it. A lot of people will say it, and it sounds good, feels good, but when you watch the way that he works, and when you watch the way that he studies, when you see the passion which he brings, and he is the ultimate team player, and it doesn't matter what it is that he's being asked to do. He wants to put us in the best position to achieve success. And he came up to my office this morning and just Coach, what else can I do? Where can I continue to grow? And just he's a sponge that wants he wants more. And I love his attitude and approach. You see that continuing to work and spread within that receiving group, because when you really that is a young group, and you got guys like Mekhi Danzy, LaWayne McCoy. I mean obviously some of the freshmen that are there that are going to continue to ascend in their own right. But I mean he's such a great teammate to them, and I'm just so proud of him, and you're really excited for a big game this week, as well as as we continue to progress through the season.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I was going to ask you, how would you describe him as a mentor with all these guys? I mean, you mentioned some of those guys, but also an Elijah Moore, who I know you've got high hopes for, Tariq Mallory, Tayshawn Gelsey. I mean, these are young players in that room that are big-time talents.
Well, I mean, Deuce is one of our best players, but I would say I'd put him up against, really anybody when it comes to work ethic. And, when you have your best players that are great workers, that truly embrace all aspects of the game, I mean, it's a wonderful role model. And when young players see very talented, productive players that are putting in that type of work, obviously it pushes them to want to be the same. And that's where, when you have those type of traits, I mean, leadership emerges without even have to say a word. And Deuce is just a wonderful leader and representative of what we want within this program, and he's just continuing to get better himself.
He's had a career high with 9 catches at Clemson. Some numbers on Deuce Robinson here. Deuce and Keon Coleman are the only Seminoles in the past decade with multiple games of 9 or more catches in a season. Deuce currently leads the ACC and ranks second nationally with 4 games of 120-plus receiving yards this year. And only the great Rashad Green has had more. He had 5 in 2014 over the past 20 years. I mean, you talk about great company to keep here at Florida State University. We talk about Keon Coleman. We got another touchdown reception on Sunday for the Buffalo Bills. And also Rashad Green, coach. I mean, Deuce Robinson etching his name in the history books here at FSU.
Yeah, and I mean it's just like I said, it's a tremendous amount of work that he's put in. And I truly believe he's still just getting started to where he can go. And he's when you have that hunger and desire, and you're willing to put in the things that are necessary to go and grow and get better. I mean it's a wonderful trait to have. And like I said, looking forward to big things ahead.
Yeah, Florida State has had a 100-yard receiver in 4 straight games, the most since the Noles had 5 in 2013 and wrapping over into 2014 as well. Well, the Noles take on Virginia Tech on Saturday night under the lights inside of Doak Campbell Stadium. It's senior night, military appreciation night, and we're going to talk with Coach about some of the keys to success when we come back. Florida State football is presented by Florida Farm Bureau Insurance, a proud partner of Florida State Athletics, and Wolfson Children's Hospital. Odds are beaten here. Wolfson Children's always here. Official Children's Hospital of Florida State Athletics. More to come with Florida State head coach Mike Norvell. Stay with us here at Bowdens in College Town. We are back after this timeout.
Florida, home to pristine beaches, unique dining experiences, world-class accommodations, and the thrills that keep the young and young at heart coming back to the Sunshine State. From coast to coast, see what our 10,000 members of the Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association have been preparing for you. Exceptional eats, historic sites, and lodging to fit any budget. So whether you're here making deals or making memories, come get a flavor for Florida's finest restaurants and hotels.
When your health is on the line, Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare is here with the most advanced medical care in the region. TMH is home to the top heart and vascular program, the highest level of care for premature babies, the area's most powerful cancer center, and the region's only Level 2 trauma center. TMH is setting new standards for medical excellence, driving research and innovation to bring the best care to our region. TMH is your lifelong partner in health.
Hey, your voice is amazing. Let him hear it.
When you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more.
Give me a word, give me a sign. Show me where to look, tell me what will I find.
You're unstoppable.
I'm just getting started.
Well, I'm here to help.
At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking.
more from Coach Mike Norvell coming up on Inside Seminole Football.
And welcome back Monday night. Great to be back with you here live from Paddleton College Town inside Seminole Football with Mike Norvell. As our program is brought to you in part by 4 Points by Sheridan downtown Tallahassee. Experience comfort and convenience in the heart of the city with stunning floor-to-ceiling windows. Our rooms offer some of the best views in Tallahassee. Sleep comfortably and cheer proudly. 4 Points by Sheridan, Tallahassee downtown. Coach, defensively, your group, I know you mentioned some of the missed tackles, but felt like in that second half they gave you opportunities to go and have opportunities to make plays and get back into a point where you were in that striking distance on the offensive side. Only 111 total yards of offense given up, and Clemson was 0 of 6 on third downs in that second half in the game on Saturday night. Give me an assessment of your defense from what you saw over that four-quarter period.
No, I mean they're continuing to get better, and Clemson is an explosive offense. You obviously have a lot of experienced players for that unit, and our guys, they're getting better each and every week. I do feel as if even though the game didn't start how we wanted, I thought they were able to settle down. They went out, made some big plays in moments, and did give us an opportunity to have those possessions and to be able to put ourselves in position. Unfortunately, just we weren't able to get it done. Overall as a team, but I do think that you're seeing that growth and just the better understanding and development under Coach White's guidance and just the variety of different things we're able to do.
Coach talked about in his press conference last night what he saw out of his linebacker room in that game on Saturday night. What things that you noticed out of that group with what they did flying around?
No, I mean I thought they played fast and physical, and you saw some dominant contact, some big hits. Guys that were playing sideline to sideline. You saw some improvement in things within our zone coverage. Has given us some issues there earlier in the year, and. If you see that group continuing to grow and get better, and I mean, it definitely goes to the work they're putting in, and you're definitely excited to see it showing up out there on the field.
We talked with Mandrell Desir coming up here in a couple of segments, but this young man has made an instant impact for your football team, as has his twin brother Daryl. They've been tremendous for you, but Mandrell, as an individual coach, what makes this young man special?
Well, I mean, the strength, the power. I mean, he's probably as good at this age, as good of a young defensive lineman, and being able to control his body, to be able to fight pressure, to be able to get off blocks, and to be able to go make plays that I've probably been around. And he's just absolutely just scratching the surface of what he can do. But you see the productivity. You see you mentioned the 4 sacks, multiple TFLs. But I mean, is playing with a lot of confidence. Utilizing even working his arms and how to get some of the finer details of that when it comes to the things we're asking him to do in the run game, as well as transitioning to the pass rush. And we got a great player in Mandrell, and I believe Daryl's right on that same path. Along with Juju Wynn, who is also playing as a true freshman. So I think the future's bright when it comes to that group and the guys that are in that room. So just going to continue to push them and just see them keep playing at a very high level.
Yeah, no question. Mandrell Desir, 5 TFLs, 4 sacks, tops for freshmen in the entire ACC here at Florida State this season. Time now for our keys to success, brought to you by Scott & Wallace, the official injury lawyers of Florida State Athletics. Scott & Wallace with offices in Tallahassee. Virginia Tech coming to town. This is a group that went through a change early in the year. Philip Montgomery is their interim head coach, and they've responded well with him. He's 3-3 as the head guy and running the program since being put in place at that position. And this is a squad that when Virginia Tech comes to town, physical group and a quarterback in Kyron Jones who makes plays with his legs and is a dual threat kind of guy.
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of respect for Coach Montgomery. We actually competed against each other, back when he was head coach at Tulsa, and he's always a great offensive mind. Could do a lot of different things. Drones is a great quarterback. Big, physical, runner, a dual threat guy that can really cause a lot of issues. when trying to defend him. But this is a team that they've had a couple big wins. They're definitely very capable. They're fast, explosive on defense, and a team that obviously we're going to have to go out there and just our base expectation. We want this to be our best game that we played. We've got to get back to complementary football that we've shown we're capable of, and just to go take a step and like I said, set these seniors out the right way, and go put on a great show for all of our wonderful fan base there in Doak Campbell.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming up, we have our great moment in Florida State football history presented by Bowden's. It was the last time Virginia Tech made their way to Doak Campbell Stadium. Trey Benson had a day. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk about that and more with Coach when we come back. Our final segment with Mike Norvell coming up right around the corner. Stay with us. We are back after this timeout.
It didn't start here.
But everything it stood for still does.
Some things change.
And some things never change.
Tradition, dedication to excellence, a program built on grit.
And driven by growth.
From the tunnel to the turf, every step forward tells a story.
Just like ours.
Where growth, determination, and a dedication to excellence meet.
Scott and Wallace.
Live from Bowden's, here is Jeff Culhane.
And we roll along Monday night live here at Bowden's in College Town. Welcome back to Inside Seminole Football with Mike Norvell. Coming up momentarily, Mandrell Desir will stop by. Big thanks to Ava and Katie for bringing us back in. Round of applause for our Florida State cheer squad here tonight. We appreciate those two for bringing us back into the show here this evening. And time now for our great moment in Florida State football history presented by Bowden's in College Town. The last time Virginia Tech made their way to Doak Campbell Stadium, they ran into a brick, ladies and gentlemen. Trey Brick Benson had a day. Big play alert left and right as you watch it here on our live stream. Benson flying through and flying by the Virginia Tech defense. And how about this one? From 85 yards out, you're not going to catch him as number 3 made his way down the sideline, erasing all angles from the Hokie secondary and helped lead Florida State to a 39-17 win in that game. Over 200 yards rushing for Benson in that contest. The last time that had happened, a guy named Dalvin Cook did that. Not too bad of a player in Florida State football lore. Jordan Travis with a nice day, and Jared Verse, 3 tackles and 2 sacks. Your memories of that afternoon. That was a fun one. Middle of the season, 2023.
It definitely was. It was a game of big plays, and we needed them, and Trey definitely answered the call. That day, and just one of those that you'll can always remember. Yeah. He went flying by me a few times. I thought about chasing him, but I knew I was going to be out of luck. But it was definitely a great day for the Seminoles.
Before we get your final thoughts on Senior Day, I did want to make one mention. our great engineer, Chris Culp, to my left. Today, everyone, is his first day as a grandfather. His daughter, Lexi, gave birth to Raylan Lee earlier today. And congratulations, my friend. We appreciate you. And can't wait to see what you do as a granddad, that's for sure. So big news there in the Culp family earlier in the day today. Okay, Coacher, Senior Day, 20 seniors, Military Appreciation Day as well. And Senior Day is always emotional, but it's a little bit different now because you don't have guys as much around for 3, 4, 5 years. Some of them are. So the impact you try and make on some of these young men, you try and get it done early and often, I feel like, now in this era.
Well, I mean, it's, once a null, always a null. Yeah. And, the extent of time is what we make of it. And, you sit there and you look and some of the great, Florida State players that we've been able to have and that have come through the program, even if it's, 2, 3, 4, 6 years, some of them. Yeah. And then, even the ones that they're here just for a year, it's what you pour into it. And, I think about guys like Braden Fisk. I mean, he'll forever be a Florida State Seminole. I mean, he came, Jermaine Johnson. Yeah. I mean, when you're willing to pour your heart into the program, and it's something that not only do you give all that you can, but the program also embraces you, celebrates you. And those guys have gone on and now having illustrious NFL careers, but they still come back to Tallahassee. They still come back to celebrate the experiences of relationships, and that's what this is about. It is about the relationship. And for us, we've got some wonderful young men that are going to play their last game here at home, and I know that they're excited to be able to represent this program. Obviously, excited to be able to be back in front of our home crowd, and just to go give everything that they have to play their best football. And that's what we're expecting, and I know that's what we're going to see.
Yep, Coach, great talking to you as always. Have a great week getting ready, and best of luck this weekend.
I appreciate everybody coming out, and we're definitely looking forward to seeing you there on Saturday night. All right, go Noles.
As the head coach, Mike Norvell, everyone, here with us on Monday night, live from Bowdens in College Town. As our program brought to you in part by Truist. When you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. So start feeling like it today. Visit Truist.com/care. Truist, leaders in banking and wavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC. Coming up next, star freshman defensive lineman Mandrell Desir stops by the main table. That's on the way. We are back after this timeout.
Your home. It's the one place that no matter how busy life gets, your friends and family can always find you. It's where they can show you they care, they want to celebrate with you, or they just have your back. That's why the professionals at Barano Heating and Air Conditioning are always available to make sure your home and all the people who love to share it with you are comfortable. Just like those who matter to you most, we will always be there for you.
Florida. Home to pristine beaches, unique dining experiences, world-class accommodations, and the thrills that keep the young and young at heart coming back to the Sunshine State. From coast to coast, see what our 10,000 members of the Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association have been preparing for you. Exceptional eats, historic sites, and lodging to fit any budget. So whether you're here making deals or making memories, come get a flavor for Florida's finest restaurants and hotels.
When your health is on the line, Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare is here with the most advanced medical care in the region. TMH is home to the top heart and vascular program, the highest level of care for premature babies, the area's most powerful cancer center, and the region's only Level 2 trauma center. TMH is setting new standards for medical excellence, driving research and innovation to bring the best care to our region. TMH is your lifelong partner in health.
granddaughter has him wrapped.
Oh, yeah.
From Providence in College Town, this is Inside Seminole Football. Let's return at once to the Seminoles. Culhane.
Great to be back with you here on Monday night, live from Bowditz in College Town. It is Inside Seminole Football. Big thanks to the head coach, Mike Norvell, stopping by as the Seminoles get ready for Virginia Tech Saturday night under the lights inside of Doe Campbell Stadium. Kick time at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Time now for our Garnet and Gold Gear of the Week in honor of this weekend's Military Appreciation Game. This week's featured item is a Nike men's military design t-shirt with a Seminole head logo, just to my right there. Make sure you pick that up at Garnet and Gold, locally owned and operated for over 40 years. Visit one of the 3 locations here in Tallahassee and pick up your new game day gear. Well, I tell you what, he has been one of the best freshman defensive linemen in all of college football. He is a disruptor, ladies and gentlemen. Here with us tonight, please give it up for Mandrell Desir, true freshman, Miami native, here with us tonight at Bowditz in College Town. Hey, it's great to talk to you, big fella. How about this first year here at Florida State University? Kind of give me, you come in, I know you have expectations about how you're going to play. Just describe to everyone about how it's gone for you as an individual here as a freshman playing defensive line.
I mean, it's a dream, just to come to Florida State and ball out. Like, not many freshmen get to do what I do here at Florida State. And, it's just a blessing. And I have to thank God for that.
Yep. What have you appreciated the most about the opportunity, about your coaches, about the guys that you get to play with? I'm sure you had expectations of, hey, this is what it's going to be like when I come here and when I play, and I'm sure in a lot of ways those expectations have been exceeded. How would you describe that experience so far about what you appreciate the most, Mandrell?
I really appreciate coming here because coming here it has allowed me to gain a lot of knowledge and allowed the game to slow down for me. And once it slow down for me, I'll be allowed to play faster. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Working in this defensive scheme with Tony White, and then also, of course, Terrence Knighton and Odell Hagen's legendary Florida State Seminole, right? You get to work with these guys every day. Dimitri Emanuel is in that room as well, working with you guys and helping out. Tell me about your coaches and about how these guys, how they coach you up, how they motivate you, how they push you, and what's that experience been like working with those guys day in and day out since he got here on campus?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, it's a great experience for any freshman. I really recommend any freshman to come here. Like, as a defensive lineman, Terrence Knighton, he gives you, like, all the tools you need to go exceed at the next level. Like, coming here, he gave me the confidence to play. Like I know what I'm doing. Like, I'm comfortable out on the field. Pre-recognition on the field, like, you know what I mean?
Yep, and still in that confidence, and I'm sure as a young player, that means a lot, doesn't it? I mean, you know, you have confidence in yourself that you're going to go out there and make a play, but to have your coach tell you that, I mean, and you get out there, in game one, you're out there against Alabama, and you're out there and you're flying around and you're making plays against a top 10 ranked team, that had to be a pretty special feeling overall. How did that instilling of confidence give you that jolt even in game one, Mandrell?
One thing I can say about that game, them no fans. Oh, my God. Go Noles. I ain't gonna lie. Go Noles. You could, like, the way they scream, you could hear it in your chest. Like if I'm on the road and I had to play Florida State, man.
The fans made that much of a difference for you.
Absolutely.
There you go. They fueled you to go out and take things to the next level, and you have been that here this season. A career-high 5 tackles against Clemson, a 7-yard sack in that game. Some of the news and notes here for Mandrell. Leads Florida State with 4 sacks, leads the ACC in sacks and TFLs for freshmen, and his 4 sacks are the most since Joshua Kando had 4 sacks in 2017. How about this statistic right here? The 5 tackles against Clemson are the most in a regular season game for a Florida State true freshman defensive lineman since Timmy Jernigan back in 2011 at NC State. Mandrell, you hear those names. How impressive does that make you feel? How appreciative does that make you feel being in that kind of category right there?
Man, it's a blessing. You know, them names are great. Those are great here at Florida State. And just to hear my name called is blessing within itself.
Yep. Who's been a mentor to you as a freshman? Who are some of the upperclassmen you've looked up to that have helped you along the way as guys on the field this season?
Pretty much all the older guys like Daniel Lyons, Daryl Jackson, James Williams, all them type of guys. Deontay McCray, all them guys been a huge help.
What was the moment for you? Was there an aha moment, whether it was in a workout or practice or a game, where you made a play and you're like, hey, I'm gonna be A-okay here. I'm just fine. Is there one that sticks out because you've been doing it since day one, obviously?
I mean, yeah, like in practice, the same thing I'm doing out there on the field I do in practice. So, you know, it's no surprise. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, of course, we've got to mention your brother Daryl. As when we talk about the Desir twins, we talk about Mandrell, we talk about Daryl. He's been right there with you by your side, and he's making plays as well as a true freshman. How special is it for both of you to be able to come here together and be on this journey together and have the success that you guys are having right now?
That was always the bigger picture while we was kids. Like, just going out there at the next level and balling with your brother, that is a dream. Like, and just speechless about that one, I ain't gonna lie.
Get goosebumps, huh? Yeah. We found out, thank you to Kara, she asked the tough questions here. Daryl is the older of the twins by 5 minutes. Is that right? Okay. Did you guys ever play tricks on your parents when you were growing up? On your teachers maybe?
Yeah, April Fools. Every time April Fools came around, we'll switch the classes.
So you guys would switch the classes and fool your teachers on April Fools every year, huh?
It would be some days like he'll do my homework and I'll do his homework.
I love it. I love it. How does your mother tell you? Does she have something she said when you were younger of how she told you two apart as kids, as brothers?
I mean, I don't know. I think that's something she knew from birth. Like she knows it like right off the bat, just like that.
Yeah, man. I would love to hear some of the stories of the tricks you two pulled growing up. It's probably not good for this show. It's a family program right here, everybody. I tell you what, it has been one heck of a freshman season for you and for Daryl, obviously. Take me through these last few games. And this week specifically, you guys are going to honor the seniors. They're playing their final home game under the lights inside of Doak Campbell Stadium. And I know as young guys that contribute, you want to send those guys out in positive fashion, I would imagine, right?
No, absolutely. Like we're gonna go out here. We're gonna finish these games for the seniors. Like because you know it means a lot. They helped us while we were here. Like. Yeah.
Yep, I know they made an impact on you in a big-time way. Mandrell, it's a pleasure talking to you, and you have to tell me about some of those pranks someday. All right? Thanks so much for your time. There you go. That's Mandrell Desir, everyone, stopping by and joining us on our main table here on Inside Seminole Football with Mike Norvell. He's giving everybody a high five. Yes, that's right. He's fired up to be here as he makes his way towards the sideline. Our conversations with our student-athletes presented by Seminole Boosters. Coming up, we'll talk with Coach Yak, Florida State running backs coach David Johnson on the other side. We are back after this timeout. Don't go anywhere.
It didn't start here.
But everything it stood for still does.
Some things change.
And some things never change.
Tradition, dedication to excellence, a program built on grit.
And driven by growth.
From the tunnel to the turf, every step forward tells a story.
Just like ours.
Where growth, determination, and a dedication to excellence meet.
Scott and Walt.
Florida. Home to pristine beaches, unique dining experiences, world-class accommodations, and the thrills that keep the young and young at heart coming back to the Sunshine State. From coast to coast, see what our 10,000 members of the Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association have been preparing for you. Exceptional eats, historic sites, and lodging to fit any budget. So whether you're here making deals or making memories, come get a flavor for Florida's finest restaurants and hotels.
Hey, your voice is amazing. Let him hear it.
When you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more.
Give me a word, give me a sign. Show me where to look, tell me what will I find.
You're unstoppable.
I'm just getting started.
Well, I'm here to help.
At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking.
More inside Seminole football. Here is Culhane.
Hey, great to be back with you on Monday night. Back at Powderton College Town. Welcome back for our final two segments of Inside Seminole Football. Big thank you to Mandrell Desir stopping by the program moments ago. One of the elite freshman defensive linemen in all of college football. As our program brought to you in part by the Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles. Here to remind you that if alcohol is in the mix, driving isn't. Plan ahead, designate a driver, grab a ride share, or stay put. Winning start with smart choices. Drive sober, arrive alive. Go Noles. And also brought to you in part by Grassroots Coffee. Every time you buy Grassroots Coffee's End Zone blend, a portion of each sale goes directly to Florida State's football program. Order the coffee that supports our Noles by scanning the QR code on the screen or at grassrootscoffee.com. Grassroots Coffee, made for everyone, loved everywhere. Want to shout out as well Mark Lowe from Grassroots Coffee. His birthday today. He's with us here tonight, he and his wife. Thanks so much, Mark. Happy birthday, big fella. Thanks for joining us here on Monday night. And a big round of applause for Coach Shaq, Florida State running backs coach David Johnson here with us.
Thanks for having me.
Coach, it's great to see your rushing group tops in the ACC, 11th best nationally, 226.7 yards per game on the ground this year. What do you appreciate the most? How proud are you of your room and the work ethic that they've shown you here this season so far?
Really proud of those guys. They come to work to go to work. You know, they come every day doing the things that they need to do to continue to get better. And they're really good kids, really good teammates. And obviously, Coach Gus is doing a really good job with the entire offense.
Yeah. How do those guys, it's a deep room, Coach, that you got. You got a lot of good players in that room, a lot of different body backs in that room as well. How do those guys push each other? How do they feed off each other as well in practice every day?
I think one of the biggest things, the competition in the room. And they know they're not going to get the ball 20 to 30 times a game, but they do have permission to run as far as they want to every time I give it to them.
That is a great way to put it, and that needs to go on a wall somewhere. I think that is the line of the night, that's for sure. Well, Samuel Singleton Jr. has been a fun young player to follow and a guy that's taken advantage of his opportunities. How would you describe to everybody how he has cashed in on some of those chances here over the last couple of weeks with the way you've utilized him, Coach, in the running game?
With Sam, I think the biggest thing is taking advantage of his opportunity. Every time he got an opportunity to get the ball, he did the things he needed to do. And he does a really good job without the ball, doing a really good job on special teams. And those guys in that room, they push him. They all pull for each other and different things like that. But I think Sam has given us a different spark. You know, he's a really creative runner. And he's doing a good job catching the ball at the backfield also.
Yeah, he's got a different wiggle to him, right? I mean, you dubbed him Sweet Feet, I think, for a reason, right? I mean, this guy, and he always falls forward, it feels like, Coach, which is something as a running back that you can't teach it. He just has that kind of innate sense, I think, with the way he handles himself and how he carries the ball.
And I think the biggest thing, he's building more and more confidence. The more he plays, he's building confidence. And again, he has that wiggle, extremely explosive player. And he knows three things. You know, he knows what to do. You know, he knows how to do it, and he knows why he's doing it.
Yeah.
So, you know, we always want smart players.
Gavin Sawchuk has been a nice addition for you, a guy that came in from Oklahoma, had success at Oklahoma. He battled some injuries there and really got off to a red-hot start, scored a couple of touchdowns against Wake Forest a couple of weeks ago. How would you describe Gavin's impact on this offense with what he does and how he plays the game?
I think the biggest thing is Gav, he's a veteran. He understands, and he helps those young guys out. He's doing a really good job with Ooze, making sure he understands, you know, this is a process. You know, it's for the long haul. And I think Gavin's continuing to do the things that we need him to do, and he's a very smart player, and he's tough. You know, we saw that early on in the first game when he dragged like 3 or 4 people in the end zone.
Yes, he did. That's for sure. Coach brings up star freshman Ousmane Kroma. We're going to talk about Ouz and more in Coach Yak's room on the other side when we come back. One more segment with Florida State running backs coach David Johnson here live from Bowdoin College Town. Stay with us. We're back after this timeout.
Your home. It's the one place that no matter how busy life gets, your friends and family can always find you. It's where they can show you they care, they want to celebrate with you, or they just have your back. That's why the professionals at Barano Heating and Air Conditioning are always available to make sure your home and all the people who love to share it with you are comfortable. Just like those who matter to you most, we will always be there for you.
Live from Bowdoin's, this is Inside Seminole Football.
Ava and Katie, welcome us back in. Again, big thanks to both of those young ladies for joining us here tonight, and we appreciate our Florida State cheerleaders, Spirit Squad, the Golden Girls that are here each and every Monday night on Inside Seminole Football. As our program brought to you in part by Carver's Discount Cleaners. They are mean on stains and green on earth. Try new Eco Green Dry Cleaning at Carver's Discount Cleaners, 1215 North Monroe Street in Midtown. And make sure to tune in to Game Day Live with Aria Masudi, Eric Llewellyn, and Emily Peters. It is their final Game Day Live of the season. Prior to all Florida State football home games, the show begins an hour before kickoff, runs 45 minutes total. Aria, Lulu, and Emily get you ready for the matchup while capturing the game day feel in and around Doak Campbell Stadium. A shout out to Kirby Kander and his entire team here at Seminole Productions for doing a great job on Game Day Live this year. Jacob Varga, what a great producer and director over there. The guy is a star, I'll tell you that. David Johnson with us, his running room, a star group here this season, leading the ACC. You're talking about Ousmane Kroma, and this is a talented young player, but he's a young player, yes. And he's learning how to play the game at a much higher level, obviously, than what he did when he dominated in high school at Lee County. What's that learning process like, coach to player, as you're trying to work a true freshman into the mix as a guy that you can that's going to get you snaps, and he's done a great job of that, obviously, for you this season.
Yeah, Ouz is doing a really good job as a young player. He understands the process. He's one young man who falls in love with improvement, and he loves the challenge. He played a lot of special teams this week. So whatever we ask him to do, he's willing to do it. He just wants to be the best player in America.
Yeah. When you get to see him every day, obviously, in the meeting rooms, behind the scenes, just his work ethic. You laid it out right there. This guy wants to be the best player in all of college football, the best football player that he can be. I mean, just kind of go into that for us a little bit. Some of the things that you notice about how he puts the work in and how he focuses on the little details to make himself the best player possible?
I think the biggest thing is his mindset. He has a lot of confidence, but he's willing to work. Every little detail, he's really keen about those things. He challenges the other guys in the room. He wants those guys to make sure they stay on him and hold him accountable. So that's all you can ask from a young player. My biggest thing to him right now is understanding the process. And it's going to be a long haul, but he's doing everything we asked him to do.
Yeah, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, one of the things for a young player, and really any running back at this level, is developing that pass protection and communication with the offensive line, taking care of the quarterback when he's in there in the game. And we've seen him stick his nose and put some big hits, I know, not only in practice, but obviously in game-time situations as well. Feels like he's got no problem with physicality. He doesn't shy away from that, Coach, in any way, shape, or form.
No, not at all. He's 215 pounds, and he's really strong. He's smart. He understands that's one of the big things when coming as a freshman. That's always the challenge for those young guys. But he stuck his face right in there. He was ready to roll, and that's all you can ask for a young guy. He's continuing to get better every day.
Two guys that have battled injuries, Roydell Williams, Cam Davis. I know they've been working their tails off to get back for you. We saw Roydell get in there on Saturday night. Great to see him back. What's their journey been like in trying to get themselves back, healthy, into playing shape, and back out there helping you guys on the field?
Well, Roydell's been like a coach, off the field, being an older guy, kind of understanding the process, understanding what those younger guys are going through. And when he got injured, he started coaching up everybody in the room. And right now he's glad to get him back. We're going to need him for this last couple of games to kind of really help us out. And the same thing with Cam. Actually, Cam's been back for like 2 games.
Yeah.
Been doing a really good job on special teams. And he shedded some weight, getting his speed back, got up to 21 miles an hour in practice, which is really big for us. And he's continuing to get better as a back.
Yeah, I know you refer to Jalen Lucas as a stick of dynamite when he has the ball in his hands. We've seen some of that big play capability out of him here throughout this season and during his time at Florida State. He's so versatile, right? I mean, special teams, and I think he's one of those chess pieces in Gus Malzahn's offense that coach sees and says, man, I can do a lot of things with this guy and move him around the field and get him out in space and cause some problems for the opposing defense.
And I think that's one of the biggest things with Jay Luke, getting out in space, making people miss, but he's really tough. He wants to be in their own protection, but sometimes we have to protect him from himself. And I think that's probably one of my wife's favorite players, Jay Luke. But again, he can catch the ball at the backfield. He loves special teams, and he's one of the toughest players we have. He's the smallest player on the team, but he's one of the toughest guys we have.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And Keziah Holmes as well, Coach. There's a guy that's played a lot of football, and when he's got his chance, he's gone out there and made some things happen for you. And I know he's always ready and waiting, ready to go for you in the running game.
Yeah, and Coco's doing a really good job. Veteran player, understands what's going on. He's helping those younger guys out. And every time he's presented with an opportunity, he takes advantage of it. And we're going to continue to try to work him to get him in the game. And the biggest thing with him, he's doing a lot of special teams. So whatever way those guys can help out, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to find the best way we can to help the team win.
Well, Coach, tell you what, I know you guys are ready to get back to work. Big week, senior night on Saturday night. And we're looking forward to watching you and this group go out and make plays once again. It's great talking to you as always, Coach
Thank
Yak.
you for having me.
There you go. That's David Johnson, everybody. Coach Yak making it happen here with us on our main stage. And that's going to do it for us tonight here on Inside Seminole Football. Big thank you to Mike Norvell, Mandrell Lassier, David Johnson. Thanks to everybody coming on out. We appreciate you watching and listening to Inside Seminole Football. Have a great night, everybody. And as always, go Noles.